Hey guys, welcome to my latest video. Such a beautiful day today. I was going to record this outside, but it is far too noisy as, of course, everybody is out enjoying the sunshine. So, for the sake of you guys being able to hear me, I decided it was probably better to record indoors. So in the last video, we took a look at some of the basic techniques in kickboxing, including the correct stance, some basic footwork, how to throw a jab, a cross, and how to execute a left roundhouse kick and a right roundhouse kick. Obviously, there are a ton of other things you can do in kickboxing, but to try and compile them all into one video, the video would be crazy long and you would be super bored. So it's far easier to just break it down into smaller sections. So in this video, we're going to take a look at how to throw a left hook and a right hook. And we're also going to take a look at how to throw a left uppercut and a right uppercut. We'll also take a look at how to throw elbows. So elbows is more of a Muay Thai style kickboxing. So it will be horizontal elbows. So we'll take a look at that. And we'll also take a look at how to throw a knee, which is, again, is more of a Thai boxing style. Okay, so with that, let's jump right in and take a look at some of those techniques. Okay, so first off, let's take a look at how to correctly execute the left hook. So remembering back to my previous video, making sure that you are in the correct stance and you are using the correct footwork. You can see here I kind of almost wind into the hook, and what I mean by this is I'm up on the ball of my foot, twisting my foot, my knee, my hips, and my upper torso into the direction of the hook, rather than remaining, flat-footed and my body just facing forward. Yes, you can throw a hook that way, but it will be nowhere near as effective or powerful as twisting your body into the direction of the hook. So you can see here also the position of my hand. So my hand, I have my palm facing down. So this is correct for a short range hook, such as this. And bringing my hand from my temple, from the side of my head, bang straight into the hook with my elbow up, and then returning my hand straight back to the side of my head, always keeping in guard. Up on the ball of my foot, throwing the weight of my body into that hook. Often I'll precede that left hook with another punch, such as a right cross, just to set my body up in the correct position to really wind it back into that left hook, generating more power. Okay, so right hook is exactly the same, obviously just on the other side. So again, you can see here, I'm still up on the ball of my foot, twisting my body into the direction of that punch. And again, you can see the position of my hand here. So with my palm facing down, make sure that my thumb, take note of the position of my thumb. So don't have your thumb tucked into your hand. As mentioned in my previous video, if you throw a powerful punch and your thumb is tucked into your hand, then you can actually break your thumb. And obviously, don't have your thumb sticking out either. So just have it, close to your hand. So left body hook. Exactly the same as the left hook. All we're doing here is just stooping down and executing the hook to the body instead of higher up to the side of the head. So what I tend to do with a body hook is sometimes I'll either just stoop down. If the opponent is close enough, I'll stoop down and execute the body hook. Or if I need to close that gap slightly, what I'll do is I'll take a slight step forward and then bang straight into the side of the ribs or the liver or whatever. And again, I'll often precede this with another punch or several punches. So in this case, I'm throwing a cross, then a regular hook to the side of the head, and within that split second straight after, I'm stooping low and executing a body hook. So it's cross, hook, stoop down, and body hook. And again, right body hook, exactly the same. So you can see here I'm throwing a jab, just a little throwaway jab. I'm not intending this particular jab to be powerful. It's more of just to kind of catch them off guard, take them by surprise. They're expecting a powerful jab. It's more of a flick jab, and then bang with a hook right to the side of their head. That will hopefully knock them for 6, and then I'll immediately stoop, bang, right in to the side of the ribs. So you can see here when throwing the left uppercut, what I'm doing is I'm slightly twisting to the left first, almost to wind up, to generate more power, to come back, bang, with the left uppercut right on the underside of his jaw. I wouldn't normally just wind up for no reason like that. So what I would normally do is to kind of disguise that kind of wind up slightly, to kind of twist to the left before throwing the uppercut. What I would normally do is throw a right cross, which similar to when I was throwing the hooks, it would put my body in the prime kind of position, ready to wind up and generate that extra power for the left uppercut. So right uppercut, again, exactly the same, just on the other side. So seeing an opportunity, pivoting on the ball of that foot, twist my whole body into that punch. And then also here, just a quick throwaway jab followed by an uppercut. Okay, so let's take a look at elbows. So starting with the left elbow. What I'm doing here is the elbows are similar to the hooks and the uppercuts. They're more of a short range attack. So you can see here I'm taking a slight step forward just to close that distance before throwing the elbow. So you can see that when I'm throwing the left elbow, I also put my right hand on the top of my head, covering my face. That's to protect my face and keeping in guard from any potential counterattacks. Of course, always keeping your chin down and tucked in to your chest. Now these are horizontal elbows. You can also throw vertical elbows, which come down on top of your opponent's head. But the idea of this horizontal elbow is just basically smash right into your opponent's face when they least expect it, when they are in a close enough range for you to throw this. So they have to be pretty close for you to throw an elbow. Otherwise, you would just stick to using jabs and crosses. Alright, so let's have a look at knees. So first of all, let's take a look at throwing the right knee. You can see what I'm doing here is I'm up on the ball of my left foot and thrusting my hips into the direction of the knee. So I'm not kneeing so much upwards. My knee is more aiming forwards. So I'm aiming for my opponent's torso. I'm not really aiming up for, towards the chin or anything like that. I'm aiming for the torso. And exactly the same here for the left knee as well. So you can see here for the left knee, what I'm also doing is I'm doing the kind of skip back or switch back method. So the reason I'm doing this is because my left leg, my lead leg, is further forward. If I was just to execute a knee from this stance, it wouldn't really generate enough power, or it wouldn't generate as much power as throwing my right knee, my rear leg. So what I do is I'll do this kind of switch back, which temporarily, it's almost like temporarily puts me in southpaw. So my lead leg, my left leg, then becomes my rear leg, which means that I've got more distance to throw that knee into my opponent, thus generating more power. And again, as always keeping in guard. Some people, when they throw knees, they'll swing an arm back for extra balance or to generate that extra power. But and again, different academies will teach you slightly different ways. Okay, so with that, it's a good idea to then put it all together and just do a little bit of freestyling. So everything that you've learned or that you've taken note of, put it all together and just do a couple of rounds of throwing the jab, the cross, add some kicks in there as well. Throw in those hooks. Don't forget the lower hooks, the body hooks. Left uppercut, right uppercut. left elbow, right elbow, and of course throwing those knees. So just putting it all together, having a bit of fun and freestyling. Okay guys, so that brings us to the end of this short video. I hope you learned some really useful techniques. So we did look at how to throw a left hook and a right hook. We also looked at how to throw a left uppercut and a right uppercut. We also looked at elbows and how to throw knees. So again, hope you enjoyed the video, hope you picked up some useful techniques, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video.